location and class tracking. So this may not be applicable to you, but if you click on it, then it's obviously something that you're looking at possibly doing. So what this means is if you have different parts of your business, either by location, so for example, if you have stores in multiple places, or you have sites that you go to, you have some sort of different part of your business, you can actually track the relevant income and expenditure, either by location or by what's called class, which is a type for your business. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. If you go into the company code settings and accounting settings, where we set everything up, and then click on advanced. If you can see here, both locations and classes are set to off. So first, I'm just going to do locations because they are slightly separate. Locations, you can just track for a total of a bill or an invoice, whereas classes, you can actually set up per line item. So that is the difference, really, and that could be where the issues lie, whether what you want to do. So I'm just going to show you what I mean on here. So if I do a sales invoice, I'm going to do then 2 sales invoices and 2 purchase bills, just to show you what I mean on here. Okay, so I set up a couple of construction companies when I'm doing the CIS part. So I think I'm going to use these for now. So I'm going to do some dates in June, just so that we have some time to work with here. So this was, so I'm going to put these on the 15th of June. Fortnight from 1st of June to the 14th of June. Okay, and so I'm going to say that they work 50 hours at £50 an hour. We're billing 20% VAT. And then up here, we've got a location. I'm going to add a new location. So I'm going to put just site 1. So this is the first construction site for this customer. Okay, and then I'm going to do save and new. That's just a little note there to say that it might affect a VAT return that I filed, because when we're doing our VAT section, I filed that VAT return manually. So that's just on there. And then I'm going to do another one for ConstructCo. And I'm going to put that as the 30th of June. And I'm going to say that was for the 15th of June to the 28th of June. And that was for 20 hours at £50 an hour. Okay, and then I'm going to save and close that. Right, now I'm going to do the same with the bills. Just realised I didn't do the invoice, I didn't put a location on there, so let's go back and do that. I'd like to say that was done on purpose, but was it really? Let's just go back into this one. See, it's automatically done as site 1, but I didn't actually want that, so I want to add new and put site 2. This is where you have to be careful. Save and close. And then I'm going to go in and do a bill. And then I'm going to say we've got Joe Bloggs, who's a construction person that I've set up. They've given us a bill on the 25th of June. Bill number 995. for £500 of labour and £100 of materials. And I'll say that is for site 1. And I'm going to do save and new because I'm going to do another bill. But this time it's not for a contract, so I'm going to say it's for strictly for we've gone to Halford to get some stuff for the site. That was the 25th of June. No, okay, the 20th of June. It's not got a proper bill number, so I'm just going to put 25th of June again. I'm going to say this was some sort of materials. It's not CIS materials, so let's have a look what we can put it under. Cost of sales. Can either set up an account or we could just put it under cost of sales, but I'm going to put it on set up a new account. So add new. Then under cost of sales, I'm going to put supplies and materials, but it's not a CIS one, so I'm just going to put under direct materials. And then save and close. Materials purchased. And I'm going to say £250 there plus VAT, and that this was for site 2. So then I'm going to save and close. Yes. Do it. Right, so now what you can do, under the report section, which we looked at previously, if you scroll down, there's a few different things. So you can see here under the business overview, you've got a profit and loss by customer, by location. You've got different types of ones here. So I'm going to do by location. And I'm just going to do this for last month. This is the one that we were looking at. And display columns by location. So just click run report. So any of the previous ones that we were doing will come in here not specified. But for the ones we've just done, site 1 and 2, we've got the income here. And we've got the expenses incurred here. And this will be our net operating income for both site 1 and site 2. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the dashboard. And now I'm going to show you what happens with class tracking. So class tracking is very, very similar, but you can do it per line item. So if you're invoicing a customer for more than one kind of service that you want to be able to split out, or it is a location, but you want to be able to invoice or use a bill for multiple sites under one invoice, you'll need to use the class tracking part of it instead of location. So we go back to accounts and settings, and I'm just going to go and change this. So under advanced again, I'm going to edit this, take off locations and put track classes. Now you can actually say if you want to warn me when a transaction isn't assigned to a class, I'll do that. It does mean that sometimes when you're doing things like tax bills and things like that, you'll get a notification when you don't actually want to assign it anywhere, but it's always good to be aware. And like I say, you can do it on obviously the entire transaction, which kind of defeats the point because you can do that under location. If you want to do it to each row in each transaction, it's probably the best. So I'm just going to save that and click done. Okay, so now, and I'll probably do July just so we've got some different figures. Okay, so I'm going to do an invoice. I'm going to start again with some of the construction so that we've got it on here. We've got A in construction. And I'm going to say that there's 2 different projects that we're working on for them and we're billing them on the same invoice. So I'm going to put my invoice date as the 1st of July. And I'm going to say work for June 2019. We're billing them for 90 hours at £50 an hour. put the VAT on, and where it says class, you can click add new. And I'm going to say this is for site 1. It doesn't have to be for site, it could be for anything. And then CIS Labour Standard, work for June 2019, 20 hours, £50 an hour for, and we'll just add a new one again. Site 2. Save as. So then I can click save and close to that. And then likewise, just accidentally clicked on something. Let's come back out of that. Likewise, when you're doing a bill, you can select different lines to different classes. So I'm just going to go into one, and I'm going to say they've got some paint from B&Q because we're looking at construction. Save. And I've got the 15th of July. Again, you're probably not going to have a bill number on a B&Q receipt, so it's probably best off doing it as a... I'm going to say we've got a invoice number. Let's just say they're billing us from their account department. So let's just put it in here. So I'm going to say direct materials, paints, and I've got £250 worth of paint, site 1. Direct materials. And I've got £50 worth of paint for site 2. Let's save and close that. So this time we've only got one sales invoice and one purchase invoice, but we've done the classes on the line items. So if you go to reports again, they haven't got a specific one here, location and class, because it would be too complicated, but they've got the one that's just class. If you've got locations and classes, you can probably set it up to speak to me separately. So I'm just going to again put this month, we were just doing with July. So they're not specified, all the other ones that we've done separately. But then we've got site 1 and 2, we've got these bills that we'd raised, invoices we'd raised, and the bills from B&Q there. And again, we have the net income per site there. So as I say, it doesn't have to be site. It could be different things. So for example, if you sell different ways, so if you're a retailer and you sell in store and online, you can have one for the retail, one for the web. You can have it if you've got different kind of projects that you do. If you're going to do different things, if you do social media and you're a VA, you can do both of those. You can do it for pretty much anything really that you want to track both the income and the expenditure for. So for example, if you offer different levels of subscriptions to customers for different things, you can track the income from that. If you've got particular expenses that go to that are relevant to particular subscriptions, you can track that. You can even have a separate class tracking one for other, so for ones that you can't allocate to a specific one, and then you know that you can kind of allocate that out accordingly afterwards. If you have any questions on this, obviously by all means let me know, and we can chat sometime. But that's it for now. That's all wrapped up.